Okay, very good morning, all of you. We'll wait for just for 3 minutes to join other. During that, you just recall the things what we had done in the last lecture. Okay, so I'm going to discuss first thing, and then we'll start a new topic today. Good morning, Harshit. Okay, now let us start. All the students, most of them have joined. So, can anyone explain that what we had discussed in the last lecture, so that I can able to continue from there? Anyone? Just describe the things. Anyone? Some question? No. Opcode and operand. Very good, Parthiv. Yes, the instruction code we had discussed. What do you mean by mnemonics? If we discuss about the last lecture, what do you mean by mnemonics? What do you mean by mnemonics? Store program organization is okay. What do you mean by the mnemonics? Opcode and operation we call as a mnemonics. Opcode and operand combined we call a mnemonics. Another name of the mnemonics is a instruction. Then we had discussed about next more thing. What is that? What do you mean by opcode and what do you mean by operand? The definition. What do you mean by opcode and what do you mean by operand? Opcode is like a move and operand is like an AB and so on. Okay, but that is okay. A definition, yes. Opcode is operation to be done and operand is on which the operation to be done. Very good, Jay Shankar. Now, the next thing I want to discuss about, then we had discussed about this thing. Okay, how we can able to decide about how many types of instructions we can able to include in a microcomputer? How many instructions can able to use in any computer? Like how you can decide it? By the opcode bits. Very good. Okay, very good what you said. So based on the opcode, we can decide that how many instructions can able to execute over there. Okay, so that is what. And last we had seen that how the whenever you want a program to be execute, how you can able to execute the program. So we have the two memories, the data memory and the program memory. In the program memory, you always use like they can be store the program what we need to write, and then the data memory is used to store the data like an opcode and operand. So what first thing, whenever you store your program in a program memory, it will executed by the CPU, it will be fetched by the CPU, it will store into a instruction register, and the control unit converts and decides the micro operation need to be done. So it will fetch the data from a data memory. So these are the steps what we can able to do. Okay, so the instruction of the program with any need of data stored in memory. CPU reads the next instruction from memory. That means once the CPU read, it will store into an instruction register. Now this instruction can be executed by controller at that same time the next instruction to be fetched by the CPU. Okay, so this is what we increase the speed of a processor, and that is why the reason it's always been the fetching state. There are the three stage I think for a microprocessor. One is a fetch, second is a decode, and the third one is execute. Okay, fine. So then after reading by the CPU, it will be placed in the instruction register, that is IR register. This is IR register. And the control unit translate the instruction into a sequence of a micro operation. Okay, like mu R1, R2. So it will adjust in that way, and then it can able to solve the problem. Okay, so that is done. Any doubt till this? Any student? What we had discussed in the last lecture, is any doubt in this? Okay, till that, no doubt. All of you I'm asking. Okay, so let us start with the new fresh mind. So we always discuss with this memory only. Okay, this is a basic computer memory. So if you can able to understand the operation with this memory, you can work with any kind of a processor. So here the memory is indicated like this. What does it mean? Can anyone? What does it mean? If the memory size is like this, what does it indicate? Yes, anyone? Write it down the answer in a chat box. What does it indicate? Four zero nine six is the right address, and the 16-bit. Correct. Okay, 2 raised to 12 address. Okay, now what you said is correct. That is the 4096 is the address, and 16, that is a, let's suppose 0 to 4096 is the address. One address, the data you can able to store the maximum is of a 16 bit. Okay, is it clear? Okay, now based on the different addresses you can able to decide the address line. It's not like that there is only 4096 wires are there. You see, this is the 4096. It doesn't mean that is a, the wires are of like 0 1 2 up to 4096. That means I have one a microprocessor. I cannot able to create enable signal to each and every addresses. That means how much wires I required? I must require 4096 wires. That means if you open, if you look at the chip, the memory and the processors are connected. If we are connecting like that, then it will be like full of wires. Okay, we don't want that. If the wires will it will occupy the more spaces, so we don't want that. So what we'll do, 4096, we must require how many address lines? Okay, what is the 2 raised to value? 2 raised to 10 is a 1024, then 2 raised to 12. So what I'll do, I must require, this is your microprocessor. What I'll do, these are the 12 lines which there, and this 12 lines I'll give to the decoder, and then I'll connect with the memory. Okay, so microprocessor need to give only the 12-bit input, and one of the memory will be fetch, and it will be read or write operation will be takes place. So this is what actually happens whenever the processor interacts with the CPU. Okay, so we have a process register we call as ACC, and that is accumulator. Okay, this is what we had seen the instruction format here. This is what register, register. This is an opcode. Okay, but if there is a no register, the instructions can be used this space as address also. Okay, so in the basic computer, the total instructions are divided like this: 0 to 11, that is an address format; 12 to 15, and that is a opcode format. Okay, sometimes if you don't require an address, sometimes if the instructions are, there is a no operand, then what you will do, that will be given the space as a totally 0 to 15. Okay, so we'll understand, we'll go to the next slide, you will understand what do you mean by this 12 to 15 is an opcode, what do you mean by the 0 to 11. Okay, first give me the answer for this. How many address lines are required to obtain 2048 into 8 memory? Address lines, okay? Write down the answer for that. Uh, 2048 is address. How many address line? How many bit of address line? This is the bit. How many bit of address lines you required? Yes, very good. 2 raised to 11 bits we required. Okay, so each location is of 8 bit. So no doubt in this question, I think so. What about this? 10. Very good. What is the size of each location? Each location stores how many bits? If I have 1024 into 1, that means at each location it can able to store 1 bit of an information. Okay, very good. How many addresses you required for 8 kilobyte memory? Can you explain again, sir? I am not understand. What do you mean by that, Ravinder? What do you didn't understand? This is a 1024, so it's 2 raised to 10. So how many address lines we require? 10 address lines we require. That is a bit of address line. So let's suppose you have let's suppose 4 addresses. 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So how many bits you require to represent? You cannot able to use 4 wires. So what we'll do? 2 raised to 2. What is that? 4. That is the 4 addresses. So how many address lines you require? 2 address lines you require. Is it clear all of it? Now, Ravinder? Okay. Nishita said 13. Okay. Jaishankar, Parthiv, any of them that were 13. So how you said 13? Let us do it over here. Let's suppose 8 into kilo into byte. Byte means, you know, it's a 8 bit. Okay, so don't use this, don't include this all the things. 8 kilo means, you can write like this. Yes or no? 2 raised to 10. 1 kilo means 2 raised to 10, correct? So how you can able to write this 8 into 2 raised to form? The 2 raised to 3 into 2 raised to 10 into 8 bits. That is the 1 byte. So what is this? The total 2 raised to 13 into 8 bits. So what it indicates? This number of address lines on each address is of how many bits? 8 bits. Is it clear, all of you? Any doubt in this? Any doubt? If you have any doubt, please raise the query so that I can able to solve it again. Please, the next question also the similar. That is why I'm asking. It is clear, all of you? Okay. No doubt, no questions. Good. Now, coming to this point, how many required address line in 4 MB? Chalo. Those who had not given the answer any time, please try to approach, please write the answer. What is the answer you will write for this? $32. Very good, Abhishek. Ankit said 120. Jaishankar again 22. Vrunda 21. Okay. Any other answer, please? Parthiv. Ankit, okay. Change it to 32. Okay. Okay. Parthiv 22. 32. Okay. Let me solve in front of you. So 4 into M into B. B is a size of a one location. Okay. So 4. You can divide this 1 MB into 2 part. 1 KB. That is 1 kilo, not a KB. 1 kilo into 1 kilo into byte. Yes or no? Now this 4 into 2 raised to 10 into 2 raised to 10 into byte as it is. So what is this? 2 raised to 2 into 2 raised to 10 plus 10, 20 into 8. What is the answer? 2 raised to 22. Each location is of 8 bit. So correct answer for the address is 22. Okay, I will take the 2 MB. Okay. Is it clear, all of you? Any doubt? This is how we can solve the problem. Let's suppose if I'll ask you that 4M memory, then what are the changes I need to do? Address lines will be 32-bit, but on a one address, how many bit of information can be stored? If I write just 4M, I don't write MB. So what is the location of the one location can able to store how many bit? One location. If I don't write the last B, how many bit can able to store in a one location if I don't write B at last? Instead of 4MB, it's just an 4M. There is no B. Yes, it's a 1 byte. Okay, so it's like a 4M into 1. So 1 bit of information. Okay, is it? Okay, so very good. It's a 1 bit of information. The last question for you. Solve this. Okay, so total that is what the 32 is the correct answer. So very good. The Jaishankar, Anand, Nishita, Raj, Rajesh, Parthiv, Ankit, Kayu. Very good. Okay, now coming to the point. So you understand about this thing. This indicates the address, and when you convert 2 raised to, it will give you the address bus. Address bus. And how much of data you can able to store on a one address can give you the data bus. That is the size of a data bus you will get. Okay, so these two terms should be clear in your mind. Whenever I talk to the address bus, you should always calculate the how many addresses we have, and we can able to decide the number of bits. And in a data bus, we can able to decide at a one address how much of data can be stored. So that will give you the size of a data bus. Okay, this should be clear in your mind. Now coming to the next point, see, always in a basic computer, we'll consider this memory only. 4096 into 16. That means these are the different addresses. On each address, I can able to store 16 bit of information. Remember this thing. Okay, fine. See, the memory is like a page, like the book what you are using, and the page number written on the book. Okay, let's suppose if I'll ask you open the page number 150, and what are the things written over there? Read the things. So what you'll do, you'll go to the 150 page number, you'll open that page. What are the things written over there? You will utilize the things. Okay. Now, how much of bit can be possible? There are the 4096 pages are there according to memory. On each page, you can able to write 16 bit of information. Keep on line away. How much lines you have, you can only able to write 16 bit of information, not a 17, not a 15. 15 you can write, but it will be considered as a by default 0 then. Okay, let's suppose the 16 bits are there, and if you are writing 12 bit, the rest of the bits indicated by the 0 by default. Okay, that means bit of information should not be more than 16. It will be always be a 16. Good. So if you compare this terminology in a microprocessor, it's like this: 0 to 4096. On each location can able to store a 16 bit of a data. This presentation is clear, all of you? If this presentation is clear, all of you? Should I go to the next slide? Any question, like if it is a what you are thinking, then also it's fine. Okay, very good. Now coming to this, after understanding the memory, today we are going to discuss about the addressing modes, because each and every instruction sets are divided into an addressing mode. Okay, which instructions come through the which addressing modes we need to decide. So before going to directly designing the computer, first you need to think in terms of addressing modes, whether I need an instruction related to the memory, whether I need an instruction related to the IO, whether I need an instruction to be used in the interrupt also. That means you have to specify some addressing modes. In that addressing modes, then you can able to decide which instructions to be used. So addressing modes tells that the instructions behavior, okay, refers to the way in which the operand, wait a minute. Okay, sorry for a disturbance. I just got a call. So what actually the addressing mode tells, it refers to the way in which the operand of an instruction is specified. So by looking at the operand, you can say that this is what the instruction, and this instruction comes into this addressing mode only. Let us take an example here. Now there are the three types. First is immediate addressing mode, in which your operand is specified by a data. Okay, second part of an instruction specify the operand. Now here direct addressing, we'll take an example also. Okay, don't worry, just understand the terminology. Direct addressing means second part of instruction specify the address of an operand. In a first, immediate is just an operand. In a direct, it's an address in an operand. In an indirect, second part of an instruction gives address of a memory word in which the address of an operand is found. So this is what the confusing over here. What I am saying, see, if I'll give one example in front of you. Okay, so don't take this example as a serious note. Let us suppose consider you are a one person, you need to tell something to someone. So there are the two ways to be tell, correct? Are you getting or not what I mean to say? Don't take it in a different way. I'm asking about the pencil. Let's suppose, take an example of a pencil. If you want to give a pencil to your friend, there are the two ways to be sent. One, you just go to him directly and say, okay, this is your pencil, take it. The another way is, if it is sitting a one batch apart from you, you will tell to your intermediate friend, give this pencil to that fellow. So he will take the pencil from you and then he will transfer it to the next person. So these are the, which is the direct and which is the indirect over here? The first one, what I said is direct. That means you're taking the pencil and directly you are giving to that. Yes, by opcode we specify the instruction. In an instruction we specify the opcode. Yes, by opcode we specify the instruction, correct. I'm talking about the operand now, Harshit. Just now I'm talking about operand. Opcode that is fixed always be. What operation you need to do, that is fixed. But on which you need to do that operand to be specified. Whether it's immediate, whether it's a direct or whether it's indirect. Are you getting or not, Harshit? Clear? Clear, Harshit? How we invoke it by operand? How we invoke it by operand? What do you mean by that, Harshit? I didn't get your question, please. Can you unmute yourself and can discuss with me, Harshit?
सर तो वो हम लोगों ने सर
Yes, Harshit, tell me. Harshit, बोल.
सर जो हम लोगों ने उस दिन ऑपरेशन देखा था कि मूव ए कॉमा बी, सर ए कॉमा बी वहां पे सर ऑपरेंड है, तो सर ए और
नहीं,
बी
हाँ
से हम लोग
हाँ ए और बी से
सर, तो फिर ए और बी से हम लोग कैसे इंस्ट्रक्शन को सर वो स्पेसिफाई कर सकते हैं? वो तो
don't have
ऑपकोड से
the,
ना होगा।
yeah, वही तो मैं समझा. You don't specify the instruction using operand. You can able to specify your instruction using opcode only. But how this instructions, like instead of a comma b, if I write a comma 42, so 42 is the address, and from there you need to copy the data into accumulator. So what I have done, opcodes remains the same, but what I am doing, I am changing my operand. Are you getting or not, Arshit? We'll take one example, you'll understand a lot. Okay, with using the example only, you'll understand. But understand one thing over here, the direct and the indirect. The difference over here is direct and indirect. Direct means you are directly telling to that person that, okay, this is your pencil. And indirect means you are telling that this pencil needs to be given to that person. That means you are giving the address to the intermediate person, and that person is transferring your pencil to the another person. Okay. So now what I'm taking one example so you'll understand a lot. Let's suppose consider this. Harshit, according to you, which is an opcode? Add is an opcode. Which is an operand? 05 is an operand. Now that might be data, that might be register, that might be a memory address also. Okay, but opcode remains the same. That means you have to do the AND operation. Now, how the computer understands that whether it's a direct, indirect, or immediate, that will come after you understanding this addressing modes. Then I will take to that part. Okay. So now add 5, the content of it. What actually it will do? It will add accumulator plus the data what you had written over here, 05, and answer will be stored in an accumulator only. Is the thing is clear, all of you? This first instruction, that is immediate. Immediate means user defined data. Is it clear, all of you? Is it clear, all of you? The first instruction, that is the example of an immediate. What the data as a user you are giving, that will be added with the accumulator, and answer will be stored in an accumulator only. For example, before execution, let's suppose consider you have the data in accumulator is 50. After this instruction, what should be the data in accumulator? What should be? 55. Very good. It's a direct question, okay? A plus A data and accumulator will be loaded with the 55. Things is clear. And this is what we call immediate addressing mode. So what we have? We have in instruction we have opcode, that is a AND, and 05, that is a data, and that is a operand. Now coming to the next addressing mode, we call as a direct addressing mode. In direct addressing modes, what actually you require? You require an address. So what actually I need? Now, here I will write like this. Add 423H. Now, this will be the address. From that address, he will read the data. He will add with the accumulator, and then answer will be stored in accumulator. Are you getting or not? But there are the two types of addressing we had, I told you. One is a direct addressing, other we call as indirect addressing. So how this processor understand whether you wrote is a direct address or it's an indirect address? That is what the main important thing. Sorry, I just disconnected due to the internet connectivity. Am I audible, all of you? Am I audible, all of you? Just disconnected due to the internet connectivity. Okay. Okay. Presentation I think is not visible. Let me show you the presentation. Okay. So I hope it is visible now. Okay. Now it is visible. I think so. Correct. Okay. So what I mean to say over here, for the before going to the direct and indirect addressing modes, what I need to ask in a 4096, how many addresses you require? For a 4096, how many address you require? 4096, how many address bits you required? Okay, that is it. Total bits required. In a 4096, Abhishek, if there is address, I'm telling okay. Sorry, internet connectivity is like today too slow, so it disconnecting every time. Okay. I had asked you the question if the presentation is visible, all of you, and the voice is audible, correct? I asked you the one question, like it suppose we have the memory 4096, how many address bits we require? 12 address. That's it. Very good. So I can say that 0 to 11 is always be used for defining the memory addresses. Yes or no? Is the thing is clear or not? What I mean to say? Here 4096, that is an address. From which address I need to read the data? It requires 12 bit of address. So from 0 to 11, that is a 12 bit of an address, always be used to specify the address. Now remaining 3 bit 12, 13 and 14 I am using as an opcode, because what kind of operation you need to do, that will be defined by an opcode. Then what is this 1 bit indicates? Can anyone say? Whether you specify this address is a direct or indirect. Okay, a 0 means it's a direct address. The processor understands that directly from that address I need to read or write the data. If it is specified 1, it indicates is indirect addressing mode. Is it clear, this thing? Is it clear, all of you? First 12 bit of an address, that is a 0 to 11, has been used for specifying addresses. Let's suppose in a memory, which address from where you need to read the data, we need to tell by in terms of instruction, an instruction operand that will be of 12 bit, that indicates specify the address from where you need to read or write the data. 12, 13 and 14 is used for opcode. Now what do you mean by the opcode? Opcode is nothing but a in a one you can able to store how many bits? A 16 bit only, not more than 16. So we need to specify our instruction format in terms of 16 bit only. So this is what address, this is opcode. Remaining 1 bit, that is a 15, it indicates whether your address, what the instruction you wrote is a direct. If it is indirect, that means I told you the example. That means the address which is given, you don't have to consider that address to be read or write the data, but the address which is written on that address, you need to consider that as a final address to read or write the data. You will understand that. Indirect, you will understand by giving the example only. Okay, but this 16 bit is clear from your side? Any doubt in the 16 bit? Is it clear? Abhishek, is it clear now? Okay, now let me give the example. This is what I said, direct and indirect. Remember this thing. I used to remember as a indirect as a this one. One means is indirect I. One and I. So and 7. Okay, this is a number conversion. This is a number conversion. That is a 4, 5 and 7 is a decimal. If you convert hexadecimal, this occupies 12 bit of information. Now this is an address. This is an opcode. That which operation you need to do? You need to do the AND operation. Here the 0 indicates direct. That means this given address from where you need to read the data, you need to do the AND operation, and then you need to store the answer in a accumulator. Okay. So now what I'll do, let's suppose this is an address. Is a hexadecimal number. If you don't write, it will consider as a decimal number only. Okay. For understanding, I had took 4, 5, 7. Otherwise, I need to take as a, this is a 5, this is a 9, and this one is a 5. So I should write like this: add 595H. That is an hexadecimal number. But to understand, I had took the decimal number. Okay. So now the direct, what actually the direct will do, this is a direct, opcode is add, This is the address 457. So what it will do, it will go to this location, it will read this data, it will add with an accumulator, and answer will be stored in an accumulator. This is what we call direct addressing mode. Okay, see, understand the things. Previously what I wrote, add, that will give you the direct address and thus addition, the immediate addition. But here it's totally different. Okay, the direct and indirect addressing mode. Is it clear, this thing? Is it clear, all of you? That means the content of accumulator plus this data will be added and answer will be stored in accumulator. This is what we call direct addressing mode. Any doubt, please? Okay, if I need to draw a block diagram, I can do like this. What I can do here, this is your instruction, it divided. This is the address, this is the opcode, and this is the direct. So operand, that means at 457 I have the data, let's suppose 8H, 08H. So it will do, accumulator is 09H. So what it will be, after doing this operation 457, if I write this, it will go to this location. What is the data? 08H. It will be added with accumulator and answer will be replaced here. Instead of this is 11H. Okay, this is the block diagram. Is it clear, all of you? Is it clear? Now in the indirect, see here. Now if I write like this, indirect, add 1350. Again I am telling this is the decimal number. Okay, in hexadecimal it will be around 12 bits only. See, understand, it's an indirect. Why? Because I wrote 1 over here. Sorry. What I'll do, $300. And this instruction is indirect. So what actually it will do? It will go to the 300 first. What is the data written on the 300? Again, you will consider that as an address. So again, it will go to that address. And what data written on that, that will be added with accumulator and answer will be stored in accumulator. This is what we call indirect. In a direct, it will go to that address and it just take that data and it will add with the accumulator and answer will be stored in the accumulator. That is a direct addressing mode. But in indirect addressing mode, what you can able to do, you can take that, go to that address. What is the data written on that address? Again, you need to consider that as a memory. And on that memory, what is the data that need to be added in accumulator and then answer will be stored in accumulator. Do you understand the difference between a direct and indirect addressing mode? Otherwise, I'll tell to the intermediate person, okay, this is the address, let's suppose the name of Jaishankar. So I'll ask Abhishek, Abhishek, give this pencil to the Jaishankar. So where I had given the address to the Abhishek, then it will give to the Jaishankar. So this is what we call direct and indirect addressing mode. Again, we will discuss the same thing in the next class. I hope the indirect is not clear, but okay, I'll repeat it to the next class again. Okay. Now, for now, just write down attendance in a sequence, all of you, in a sequence. Okay. હા સામેની છેલ્લી કેબિન. Those who wrote, they can leave. Okay.
સર મારે લખાતું નથી.
Okay. બોલને.
042.
Okay.